I done been through a lot through the struggle, I built myself. Now I ain't the man of the year, but it's crazy I can throw a stack of dubs in the club next day to a show and it'll all reappear. I remember I ain't housing. Now I can go and spend a few racks on my ears, and if you want smoke, then it's up there. Ain't no nail alive in this world, I feel. But look at my wrist, it's dancing. Chop on me, do damage. Oh, new LA crib or mansion. My money keep expanding.
What's up, guys? I'm Landon from Shoeware, and today we're checking out the newly released Nike Kyrie Flytrap 5. So first, thank you guys for stopping by to check us out. Feel free to drop a follow or subscribe wherever you're watching and give this video a like. We would greatly appreciate that. But starting off with the box, these do come in an all gray box with Kyrie's player logo kind of centered on top. There's a few different design mixed in, but you know, nothing too special. But the price is definitely going to be super nice, with this being kind of the subline to Nike's to Kyrie's original shoe line with Nike, which is about to be on number 8, and I think those should be releasing soon. But you know, these fly traps are only going for $90 for retail, so definitely more on the affordable side for sure. So checking out the overall design and the appearance for this shoe, like I said, you know, these did just release, so I do kind of have the most basic black and white color scheme. I'm sure there's going to be more colors on the way, but relating the design to last year's model, this is actually the first time I've ever kind of checked out and tested out the Nike Kyrie Flytrap shoe line. Got to see them in hand, you know, and whatnot. So as far as looks go, Nike did follow a lot of the same ideas from the Kyrie Flytrap 4, as you would probably expect. You're going to have Kyrie's logo kind of show up on the tongue, similar to last year. The midsole does follow the same basic structure with that kind of shark tooth or kind of ridges up near the front half of that midsole, however you want to put that. But it does kind of look like they did make this year's design a little bit lower compared to the Kyrie Flytrap 4. You know, just from what I can tell, obviously I'm looking at photos compared to like having these in hand. But something interesting I did find on this line is that on the inside of the shoe, on the inside of the upper, you're going to see like that symbol from the Nike GT Cut shoe line. I'm not really sure what the relation is here or why it showed up, but you know, it is there, so I did find that interesting. And then they did switch up the heel design and went with kind of a cross pattern as opposed to the triangle that kind of shows up on the back of last year's model. But you know, really minor stuff. A lot of the shoes stayed the same with some very minimal tweaks, so I wouldn't really say that I love the appearance of this shoe alone, but you know, it's not bad either. So now breaking down the materials and looking at the performance side, I'll start off with the cushioning first. So these do have a Zoom Air unit kind of positioned in the forefoot of that shoe, or just kind of like the front half of the shoe. But I will say, if you're looking for something pretty soft to play in, this might not be your best option. With a $90 shoe does come a $90 cushioning setup. So, you know, after playing in signature shoe lines and stuff, you can kind of feel the drop off pretty quickly, but there's definitely no lack in responsiveness. You do get some good return whenever you're making those moves, and you know, a lot of that is going to be because with there not being quite as much cushion, you do play a little bit lower to the ground. And the impact protection whenever you're landing from like jump shots or, you know, just kind of jumping in general, it could be better, but you know, it's still not too bad. So with these being on the more affordable side for basketball shoes, kind of paired with the Flytrap line not being the focal point for Kyrie's shoe line, you don't get some of those premium touches that you might find on like some more expensive basketball shoes. But you know, one of the focal points for this shoe had to be keeping it lightweight, because these do feature a mesh upper that kind of conforms to your foot. And honestly, you know, it's one of the lightest shoes that I think I've played in. And I do like that stuff because it does make it easy to kind of move around in. And you know, I have a hard enough time getting off the ground anyways, it seems like, whenever I'm playing. So I'll definitely take that aspect for sure. But you can even see through this shoe, you know, in a few different places across the uppers. So, you know, even that alone is going to let you know just how breathable this Flytrap 5 really is. And then sometimes with a lighter shoe, that can lead to like some below average, like, you know, lateral containment and support. But, you know, honestly, these have that like crisscross webbing, like straps you can kind of see in like that highlighter yellow. And it really just kind of grips your foot nice. It gives you that really secure feel. So you have to love that. So to finish off with traction, I got about what I expected out of this Kyrie Flytrap 5 model. It was pretty good for the price, but it's definitely not going to blow you away. These do have sort of like a free-flowing random pattern that was designed for multi-directional coverage, so you can kind of see how it runs up the side of both shoes too, so that is going to give you some added coverage. But you know, these aren't very sticky, so they don't have that going for them, and the grooves, they're pretty narrow, so they don't bite as hard as I kind of hoped that they would. If you keep them pretty clean, I mean, you really shouldn't struggle much at all. That wasn't really my problem, but whenever you start to get on a dirtier surface, the shoes get dirty, you may slip a little bit. But you know, this rubber outsole, it should be a pretty solid option for outdoor use, especially for that retail price of only $90. But you know, as for sizing, this is going to be a more narrow shoe, especially with those kind of Volt webbing straps that I just talked about. They kind of lock your foot in really tight. So you know, if you have wider feet, I'd maybe stay away, or at least kind of experiment going a half size up for a little extra room to play in. But you know, overall, there's definitely some things to love and maybe some things not to love about this new shoe. You have to love the price, of course, and then the support is surprisingly really nice, and you know, that's going to be a major factor whenever it does come to playing basketball. So you know, if you're interested in purchasing these shoes, just go ahead and check out the links in the description below. And then last, just feel free to leave a comment if you like this video, or just let us know any other shoes you want us to check out. But until next review, I'm Landon from Shoeware. Peace.